Hello and welcome to the Through the Decades January 2026 Premodern Monthly, coming to you from Through the Decades in Louisville, Kentucky. Today we'll be showcasing the round 4 matchup between Spencer P on the left with Moneyball Black, and returning to the feature match after his victory in round 2, we have Spencer Z on the right with Red Green Goblins. And we'll get to those deck lists right after a word from our sponsor. Through the Decades, in conjunction with the Ohio River Boas, are proud to bring you Grand Prix Louisville on June 6, 2026. If you ever find yourself missing not only the pre-modern era of Magic the Gathering, but the old tournament structure, this will be the event for you. The entry fee for the main event is $60 and will include a specially designed Grand Prix Louisville playmat and a stamped card. Prize support for the main event will be $5,000, paying out to the top 16, along with a Magic the Gathering themed championship belt for the winner. Side events will include some retro booster drafts, including Mirage Block, Tempest Block, and Urza's Block, along with a Pauper Win-a-Duel giving out a Tundra to first place and a Bayou for second place. The main event will max out at 300 players, so seating is limited as we throw one of the largest celebrations of the pre-modern format to date. So, don't miss your chance to be part of pre-modern Magic history and sign up by scanning the QR code on the screen. All right, and here we've got Spencer P's Moneyball Blacklist. Now, I don't have much experience with this list, but Austin, you do, so why don't you break it down for us?
Yeah, so this is a classic black mid-range control type list. We're really going to be banking on the power of Dark Ritual into our three drops, like good old Hypnotic Spectre or Phyrexian Arena to help get out some early value. Hopefully, discard cards from their hand and draw more cards from our hand to keep our steady stream of aggression flowing. To go with that discard theme, we have the really powerful combination of Fortress, for Cabal Therapy, for Ravenous Rats to really keep our opponent on the back foot, keep them just kind of off kilter throughout the entire match. And then we have a good removal suite with stuff like Smother, Stuff Out, Diabolic Edict to get rid of any problematic creatures that we have and just slowly chip in with our smaller guys, but accrue advantages as we go throughout the game.
I'll be honest, I really hate that you have to say that Ravenous Rats is part of a powerful combination because that card is so bad, but it really plays a role in this deck, knocking a card out of their hand and letting them cast a therapy. Or if you cast, God forbid it, therapy on one, rats on two, and then sacrifice, you can absolutely strip your opponent's hands of all resources. So that's
That's where
it.
the Moneyball name comes from. Just not exactly the most biggest, baddest looking creatures, but they all do their job very well.
Yes. Now our sideboard here. Uh, Now he's going to be playing against Spencer Z on Goblins here. So some of these cards useful, some of these cards not so useful. Some of these are interesting cards to say the least. I had to stop and read the Stronghold Cabal, which has no text in this matchup, but being able to pay 1 life to counter a white spell is pretty good.
Yeah, if you're expecting a lot of Enchantress or Replenish, it's a really good way to stop the Parallax Wave, Opal combo, or the Replenish itself. So I could definitely see the thought process behind these cards.
Yeah. Yeah, and it does look like he sort of hedged his sideboard to have 5 anti-white cards there, and then some anti-creature cards as well with the Engineered Plague and the Vicious Hunger, and then just one extra graveyard hate card there. But let's go on ahead and take a peek over here at Spencer Z's deck list for the Red Green Goblins, which we already looked at, obviously, in our round 2 video. All right, and as we said here, Spencer's list, pretty straightforward. Red Green Goblins, like I said, we've already talked about it. Is just a bog standard list: 4 Lackey, Fanatic, 1 Prospector, 4 Pile Drivers, 4 War Chief, 4 Ringleader, 4 Matron, and then a couple fit to taste tutor effects or tutor targets, excuse me. Goblin Sharpshooter, Skirk Prospector to ramp your mana, and then your Incinerators and your Siege Gang Commanders. Uh, no Goblin King main, which again, sort of a flavor thing. He's got one in the sideboard as along with the Goblin Tinkerer. Now, the Tinkerer won't really matter in this matchup. Goblin King could be helpful though. How do you feel about the matchup here?
Yeah, I think game one, we're gonna see goblins be favored. Just there are definitely some kill spells on the Moneyball side, but the goblins deck is just known for just building up more resources, just being able to get more and more goblins with ringleader, matron, and the gang that way. So I expect game one to go the goblins' way. When the sideboards is going to get a lot more interesting before engineered play coming in on the Moneyball side.
Mhm.
So we'll see how the sideboard games go that way. I think it's going to be a little more on the Moneyball side with those sideboard cards coming in. It'll be a good match.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there are some cards that are just absolutely dead game one for the Moneyball deck. For example, I think Duress hits pre-board 3 Naturalize, and
Yeah, that's it. So
that's it. And post-board even, if we're
yeah,
bringing in Pyrokinesis, otherwise it's a card I could see getting cut so quickly.
yeah, I think that's the really easy 4 to 4 switch
Yeah.
for the
But
Moneyball guy side.
but we'll absolutely get a little bit more analysis on that after we watch our game one. So let's go on ahead and get down to that game one right now. All right, and it looks like we've got both players keeping 7 here, so hopefully a good start for everyone. No, everyone likes their hands. And Spencer on the left here, our Moneyball player, will go by deck archetypes here, casting. Oh, and that Duress on one, getting exactly the Naturalize.
Yep, 3 hits, and he got one of them. So
Not the worst. Ravenous Rats
definitely not.
coming down. And our Goblins player dropping another Fanatic. I don't. A 2-lander is certainly not the best we could
Interesting one.
keep here.
Yeah, there's a couple about what 24 in the goblins. So it looks like he was hoping to use these to the cards in hand to curve out and hit a few lands, but
Yeah.
a snuff out definitely stops the aggression early on the
Yes.
goblin side.
Now, unfortunately, we can see here that our Moneyball player has drawn a Duress, but also has a Wasteland for that Carblution Forest. And this
Yeah.
is how I think Moneyball is able to, I want to say cheese game one a little bit, but being able to just keep him off lands is pretty solid.
Yes, and it looks like they're not keeping up the life total. So I believe right now it is 16 to 19 Moneyball to goblins. So we'll try to keep that up
Yeah.
as best as we can here in the booth if they don't start using the life pad, which is fine. They both have their own life pad. They're using
Oh,
it that way.
oh, there we
Oh,
go.
nope.
And again,
Nice. They heard us. They
they
heard
heard the
us.
commentators and thankfully did that for us. Kind of just throwing out the Duress there. I don't hate that, to be honest. Get a little information. It might have been slightly better to do that if you had a Cabal Therapy to back it up with, just so you could see
Yeah.
what your opponent has. But
Yeah. There isn't anything that gives you any discard value on the Moneyball side. So yeah, I agree with that.
yeah, now we're getting a Diabolic Edict. I'm guessing this Matron's going to get sacrificed.
Yeah, that would be my guess too. Looks like they're kind of discussing the timing of when Diabolic Edict is occurring, but
Yeah.
okay.
And unfortunately for the Moneyball player, Diabolic Edict doesn't have a lot of text here. Just because there's so many 1/1s that can get dropped into play, like Goblins' go wide deck. So a sacrifice effect isn't the best.
Yeah, I would agree. I would not be surprised to see the 2 Diabolic Edicts get taken out in the post sideboard games just for that exact reason. Right. Looks like Ringleader is basically playing like every Ringleader I've ever played and giving me only 1 goblin.
And not even one of the best ones. However, this sharpshooter does have text, being able to mow down both of our Moneyball players. creatures.
Hmm.
And the nice thing you can do with that, of course, is have Mog Fanatic to add an extra damage and untap your sharpshooter if you really need to.
Yeah. At this point, I think the Moneyball deck is kind of starting to lose its grip on this game. With a ringleader being able to come down, and now, like we are saying, with the sharpshooter being able to wipe out Moneyball's board, it's not looking great for him. But the Vendetta will definitely help out.
Yeah. Now,
That'll bring the parity back.
now our Goblins player unfortunately doing the play of tapping mana to play a Mog Fanatic, then deciding not to play the Mog Fanatic and leaving the mana tapped.
Yeah, yeah. It was no harm, no foul in the end.
Oh
So
yeah, no, of course.
yeah,
All right, War Chief putting in some work. Oh, the double block is gonna. Yeah,
yeah,
that's.
yeah. Mog Fanatic complicating combat math for a very long time now, and it looks like it's still not good, still not done.
Yeah. There we go. A little bit of confusion over life totals there, but
Yeah, we're got it all worked out.
all right. Now I'm definitely seeing the. I was
Oh
about to
man, that's
say
a
I'm
siege.
about to see the advantage bar go to Goblins, but that was before we just swung for 7 with a War Chief.
Yeah.
And we know he's got a Mog Fanatic in his hand, so even if we have a Wrath of God, yeah, this game is over. Yep, and they seem to agree. So let's go on ahead and take a peek at these sideboards here and see exactly what we think they're gonna be bringing in and taking out. All right, and now taking a look back at the Moneyball list here, I think it's pretty safe to say those duresses are going to come out. Like we said, that's a like you said even at the deck list overview here. The duresses and the engineered plague are a pretty even split here. What do you think about the vicious hungers though?
We definitely want Vicious Hunger. Being a 2 mana targeted removal for every single goblin in his deck, plus gating to 2 life. I think that's definitely in the cards to bring in.
Yeah. And I'm thinking maybe we cut the Diabolic Edicts, like we said during the gameplay. That just does not do as much as we would like for it to.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe swap.
And you
Which
could
would mean
probably
we need to bring in one more card, which
maybe a Graveborn Muse or a Withered Wretch. I understand the Graveborn Muse is bigger than most of their creatures, but I don't know how much I love taking extra damage.
yeah. I don't mind the Wither Wretch just being a bear
Yeah,
on curve, just to kind of get in the way and gum it up. I think the Graver Muse is probably your best answer to take out here.
fair enough. And I'm guessing the Drain Lives are going to stay in the sideboard, even though they are a smaller version of the Vicious Hunger, well, until you get past 4 mana. But hitting 5 mana against the Goblins deck may be a little difficult.
Yeah, I'd agree.
All right, let's just take a peek here on over at the Goblins list to see what we're going to bring in here. All right, now taking a peek at this Goblins list, I'm not entirely sure what we'd be bringing in. Maybe the 4th Naturalize, because you've got to assume that the Goblins player is thinking those engineered plagues are coming in.
Yes, I would do that. I would also bring in the Goblin King.
Yes,
So if I did not have the naturalized for the engineer plague, I could play a king and pump all of our guys back up to more or less negate at least one of the engineered plagues.
absolutely. Yes, that is. I agree with that sentiment. Now, I think we'd just be shaving a couple one-offs. Like, I'd probably trim a Siege Gang Commander, and you could argue for maybe the Skirk Prospector, or maybe the
That's what I was
Sharpshooter.
thinking of. Yeah, Sharpshooter looked really good in this game, but I don't think that game state happens enough to really want Sharpshooter in this. Moneyball has a lot of two toughness creatures,
Yes.
and really it's only the Ravenous Rats that it gets to mop up. So I think you'd be safe taking the Sharpshooter out
Yeah,
as well.
I think I agree there. Now let's go on ahead and see if our players here agree by taking a look at game two, starting right now. All right, looks like we've got both players keeping 7 here. And oh, okay, it's a Dark Ritual start suit and a Hypnotic Spectre. That could be powerful.
Yep, this is what you want with the Moneyball deck,
And a Goblin
and that's
Lackey
what
on
you want with the Goblins
on
deck.
the return. But our Moneyball player deciding that they want to attack the hand, which I think is a fair decision, especially if they have a blocker, hopefully a Withered
Yeah,
Wretch.
yeah. There's so many blockers onto and so many kill spells onto that I think this Lackey is probably going to get covered.
I'm I
Oh, but that's a
see
one-liner.
I see Withered Wretch.
Oh,
I see Snuff Out. I see Smother.
okay.
At least I think I
Looks like
see
he.
Snuff Out.
Yeah. There's a smother.
And we're just straight up answering that, which I am fine with.
Yeah.
Also, our life
It
totals
looks
are
like
20 to 18. Looks like both players are, again, neglecting to do that. I'm sure they'll catch that here in a minute.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you, Spencer. It's a siege ink.
That's a pretty good hit. You heard our Goblins player over here saying that's the card he wanted to put into play, which you cannot
Mm-hmm.
blame him. Now, Matron, do you think we go get what? Either Ringleader or Incinerator?
When in doubt, always take Ringleader. Incinerator would be a really good hit here, yeah.
Yeah.
But go with its heuristic. Looks like.
I agree with that decision. The power of Ringleader is truly there for this deck.
Oh yeah. It would also more or less take away the discards that this hippie has been doing over these last 3 turns
Yeah.
with decent Ringleader hits. So uh, looks like he already had the gem on hand as well.
I'm about to say,
So
looks like a reason why he didn't go get an Incinerator.
we got a third Dark Ritual, man. Interesting to see him pitch the Ringleader. I wonder if that's a second one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Oh,
Oof, the full whiff. Oh
oh,
man,
that hurts.
yeah. Yeah, I want to see. So at this point, I like Moneyball's spot quite a bit. Goblins is going to be completely out of gas, living off the top,
Yeah.
and I would imagine that Spencer's hand is chock full of a bunch of twos that he just awkwardly has not been able to play with his Dark Ritual on top of it. So he's got plenty of gas in hand,
Yeah.
and he just needs to draw one of his lands here.
Well, now he needs to draw 2 because it looks like we are just on the Mission Abort tap down plan, which isn't the best when
Yep.
he's behind in this race.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately for the Goblins player, drawing the land and Siege Gang in the wrong order there.
Yeah.
So I think I saw a Nantuko Shade and a Cabal Therapy in the
Yeah.
Moneyball hand, which Cabal Therapy, good card, not in this situation, just with the hippie doing its job. The Goblins player is now just completely out of cards.
Yeah.
Nantuko Shade will be good, though. Once he's able to play that down, he's going to be able to pump it up to a 5-4 with if he has 3 lands, so that would definitely get this game over quickly.
Did the Goblins player discard a forest?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, if they hadn't discarded that forest, I would have preferred getting that just to make your naturalized cast painless, even though we're a little far from that right now.
And that's that spawning pool. So if he's able to as well, he can use that as an infinite blocker with the regeneration on this ringleader. So,
Well, that's true. I'm thinking this Richard Import's going to keep that down.
oh yeah, but it also just it makes it where it does that. So if we hit like a factory or something too, it just makes it where the Goblins player is priced into taking those out
Yeah.
as well. He has to use his mana, so if he's starts drawing a little bit more action, he's going to be pulled in a few different directions.
Jim Palm for one. Jim Palm for one.
All right, that's quite the draw there too.
That
He needed that Jim Palm or a lackey off the top, and he hit it. So
runner Jim Palm off the top.
Back for two. Pass to you. We'll tap that guy down.
okay, so now kind of like I was saying, with him using this, now he only has one. So now our Moneyball player has 3 mana, and I think I saw an engineered plague in hand at
Yeah,
one
I see that
point.
too. That is.
It'll definitely gain us a lot of time.
Yes. I would not be surprised to see that come down. And our Moneyball player agrees.
Oh,
Yep.
We got to ask these questions. These questions are important.
And our Goblins player asking, very tongue in cheek, what are you naming?
Yeah.
The one that ruined your day.
A lot of these are warriors as well. You should name warrior.
And okay, it looks like he drew a Vicious Hunger, which
Yep, makes sense. Looks like we also have a Diabolic Edict still in the deck as well. Here's a
oh,
4th gem. I'm just using that as a cycle.
he's also killing it so he doesn't gain 2 life.
Oh, yes, he did. Oh, that's very smart.
Well, our Goblins player seems to be in a pretty bad spot, but he is doing what he can to fight back into this game.
Yeah, fight the good fight. Looks like our Moneyball player's already deemed which lands he's tapping for him. But as I said, it's the right choice.
Yeah. Now, to be fair here, I do believe there are some old legacy players that would have a hard time with you saying that fighting the good fight is anything good for what the Goblins player is doing, because that was a boogeyman of that format, to say the least.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Interesting. He's not tapping him down. I wonder what he's holding up.
Pyrokinesis, I'm guessing.
That would make sense. Yes.
Oh,
You're gonna see it anyway.
Interesting.
I was gonna name naturalized. It's not there. It's a forest.
So it's just a land in hand.
yeah.
Okay.
Tap the factory.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
he seems pretty over this one, which is a fair place to be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and looks like we're gonna make some sideboard changes, maybe based on the player on the draw, but we won't we won't speculate on what those are. Let's just go ahead and get to game 3 so we can see how this matchup ends up. All right, and it looks like we're again just keeping 7 for both players, so good clean magic here. And our Goblins player playing a mountain, well, off the fetch land, of course. Let's see here if we are going to have a turn 1 lackey, or are we going to be more of a fanatic or prospector? Unfortunately, just a fanatic here. Ooh,
And we're just starting off the party early.
well, let's see. Okay, it's going to be a port game, so we're not dropping naturalize on 2, unfortunately.
Therapy. Amy? Naturalize. You look right. Yeah. Not there.
Therapy on naturalize, which
Yep.
Yep, I can understand that.
I can
He doesn't
understand
see
it. Yeah.
the green
Yes.
land yet, so
Yeah, that does make sense actually now, because if he didn't have the green mana, this could be a little more problematic.
mhm.
Now, I will say, we did forget to talk about this because it wasn't pictured in the deck list because I loaned them to him. He does have 2 Tranquil Domain in his sideboard as well, which is incredibly likely he brought in.
Yes, I agree.
So it does give him
And I think
6 ways to answer the Engineered Plague.
this is a good reason why you need it, because a turn 1 plague has just completely stifled our Goblins players' game plan, and we're very much on a different type of game than what we want to play.
Yeah. Yeah, we're at very anemic beats right now. Like,
hmm
the Matron is just a 3-drop tutor. The Siege Gang is a 1/1 for 5.
Yeah, a Ravenous Rats can get in the way of this War Chief while also taking out a card in hand, so it's just a very clean 2 for 1 and mana up for the Moneyball player. So just all interactions that Moneyball wants to have happen here.
Yeah. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. That Ravenous Rat's coming down, and
Therapy. Yep. With the name Ringleader.
Yep. Yep. Only looking worse and worse for the Goblins player in this spot.
yes.
You
Now
can come
that
down and attack 3 with this pile driver, but
yes,
still, we're not really going to be getting anywhere with this. Moneyball still has 4 or 5 cards in hand, and presumably they're full of creature and kill spells. So
1, 2, 3.
this probably won't last very long.
16. Cards in hand. 3.
now on the flip side, if he does have a red source,
Matron will
Mhm.
he can go get another pile driver.
Does it get the trigger still? Yes. Yeah, because it comes into
Yeah,
play.
and
when you
that'll
have
be
it.
9 damage, so it will be
There's nothing between the trigger.
a real clock at
There's
that point
state-based
as well.
Yeah.
actions don't get checked until trigger resolve
Okay.
stack.
However, one removal spell
3 cards.
could turn
Yeah,
this back
make
around.
this much worse. Yeah,
And of course, Moneyball doesn't play very many of those.
no, not at all. Only 7 main, and we're bringing in another 7 out of the sideboard. So
Yeah.
14. No,
Then I'll pass to you.
no big deal.
Just a small amount.
Just a small amount.
Certainly not an insurmountable hill for a Goblins player to climb right now. I think I saw a factory in Moneyball's hand, which
Agreed. I think I did too. Yeah.
which is gonna absolutely just stymie the attacking even more.
Yep. Second.
Yep. And Nantuko Shade being able to trade with Ringleader no matter how big it gets as well. Or Pile Driver, excuse me.
Yeah.
No. That's why I said Ringleader. I knew it was coming up. I was able to see the future.
Yeah, exactly. You just had Ringleader on the brain.
Exactly.
And,
But still, even with hitting 2 and 2 of our more highly valued ones with the Engineered Plague, those 2 are not nearly as good as they normally are.
yeah. I don't think you swing here,
I agree.
but you can tell he's thinking about it. But he's come to the same conclusion we have.
Yeah, this factory just eats one of the 1/1s, and Shay can just eat the Pile Driver, and then we're just in a worse spot than we are now.
Exactly.
It almost feels like the Goblins player almost has to wait until we hit a Naturalize or Tranquil Domain to get this Plague off and just try to get the board state ready to go before then.
Yeah.
You can pay 2 mana to sacrifice a goblin to deal 2 damage to anything. It turns all goblins into
It looks like our Moneyball player was almost looked like he was thinking about animating that factory, which I would strongly advise against.
I would as well. We're playing a very good defense game right now. I think
Yeah.
we just want to try to keep playing it try to hit a second engineered plague and just completely put this game on ice.
Yeah, just entirely putting it out of reach. Now, Tranquil
Yeah.
Domain could do some work there, but our Goblins players having to go wide already to try and get some sort of force out. So that second
Mm-hmm.
engineered plague could absolutely just brick all the work he's
Yeah.
done so far. Let's see, Goblins here is going to get to cast another ringleader. And I can't really comment on anything else because we don't know what he's going to hit. A number of pile drivers would be nice.
Not a goblin.
I think that'd be his best
Not a
hits.
goblin. Not a goblin.
Definitely not these 4 lands or 3 lands and naturalize.
Or 3 lands and the naturalize he wanted to draw. So
Exactly, yeah.
now he's almost probably wondering if he wants or where he can get another fetch land to shuffle that sucker back in.
Yep.
The vicious hunger. Ooh.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah. So a lot of the teeth that Goblins has just been taken away now here too.
Yeah.
So
I just wonder if you'd want to. I was gonna say kill the war chief, but apparently it's good he didn't. Also, our Goblins player overpaying for the war chief for getting the cost reduction there.
again, no harm, no foul, I believe, in this spot.
Oh yeah. But a smother coming down and answering pretty cleanly that war chief there.
Yeah. Second pile driver.
Let's see what.
Again, I think in this type of game where both players are draw going quite a bit, I think we are going to be in Moneyball's favor.
Mm-hmm.
With these vicious hungers and smothers and such, we could just pick off the goblins we want. And we always just have the crushing inevitability of drawing a hippie to just eat away at the goblin player's hands, or God forbid, hit the second plague and just completely put this game out of reach.
Yeah.
Goblins just really needs to find a lot of answers, and they probably have to do it pretty quickly here.
Yeah, the more turns pass by, the more it definitely goes in the Moneyball player's favor. They have more haymakers.
Yeah.
For sure. I think I saw a Dark Ritual in the Moneyball player's hand. So they may be just sitting on nothing too flashy right now.
Matron.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to me.
I would not be surprised if we saw an Incinerator.
Mm-hmm. Just try to do his best Moneyball impression of controlling the board, keeping the board down. But with it being 3 creatures to 3 creatures right now, and the Moneyball's side being all bigger, if he hits another creature, I would not be surprised if we start seeing an attack or so, just to try to slowly getting this game put away.
Yep.
And more bears coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Just again, gum up the board.
Yep.
Now, we could say that Dark Ritual is dead, but it does actually have the hidden surprise of being a giant growth on an Antuco Shade.
Yeah. That Nantuko Shade can get pretty big if it chooses to start rumbling, which would not be a bad thing to start doing here soon, I think.
Yeah.
As we're saying.
Right now it looks like he's kind of flooding out a little bit here.
Yeah. The Goblins player definitely has to respect pumping it up. We have 6 swamps out, so if we want to keep one up back for the factory activation, we go 5. It'd be a a 7/6, and that's definitely a clock.
Yeah.
But here's a second Jim Palm as well. So
1, 2, 2, 2, 2.
All right. Checking in to see how many Jim Palm incinerators we've used so far.
I believe 2.
Yeah. That was the that's what they came up with as well. So I see a pile driver in the Goblins player hand. I think he's just trying to go for an Alpha Strike turn now.
I think so too.
Yep.
And there's a hippie, so that can start getting in, start disrupting the hand. So
I would not be surprised if we saw a Siege Gang Commander get cast as just a 7-mana removal spell.
yeah, that I could. I think our Goblin player may be thinking about that as well. That's a card that definitely has to get off the board as soon as possible.
Yes. Also, I misspoke. A 6-mana removal spell. Goblin War
Yes.
Chief. Reducing that cost by 1. Not that it matters when we have 7 on the table, but it looks like our Goblins player does not agree. And hopefully he's not punished for that decision.
Yeah. There goes pile driver number 3. So
Yeah.
I think we only have 1 left.
That's a very timely Goblin Lackey drawn. I think I saw at the edge of his hand there.
That's what I believe it was as well.
There's nothing better than what? The turn, give or take 14 Goblin Lackey?
Yeah. Yeah. And the Goblin player is already shuffling his hand, ready to go for the hippie. So
It's all goblins. And both of them are 1/1s for 1 mana.
look at all of my collection of 1/1 and 2/1 goblins.
I think it's a full playset.
Aren't they beautiful?
Lackeys and a Log Fanatic.
I think that's all 4 lackeys in his hand as well.
Full playset
Yes.
Lackeys versus Engineering Explosives.
As we were talking in round 2, Spencer Zimmerman is very much a fan of having multiple different artworks for the same card. So he's just trying to make our job as hard as he can.
Oh my god.
He's a psychopath.
Oh, well.
Oh yeah.
I said that in the most gentle way, of course, but and losing the Siege Gang Commander, which is unfortunate because now the line of
We'll learn our lesson.
using it to kill the wait.
Play the Siege Gang Commander.
There we go.
Commander. Pile driver. Yeah. Pass.
All right, so doesn't look like he's going to use the shock ability just yet. He just wants it as more bodies on the table. Yeah.
Yeah.
Discard a lackey, basically.
Which one of my 4 lackeys would you like to hit?
4 lackeys.
No, you hit a Mog Fanatic instead.
How
Okay.
about the
Yeah. Just showing the hand of 4 lackeys.
Yahtzee.
Yes, Yahtzee. In the worst way possible.
Thing is, they're never in play.
And looking back on our Moneyball players board, he, like you said, it's like he's been properly flooding out here. I think he should start getting in with this shade just to start more or less playing the Abyss on the Goblins player, just because he has to respect the pump ability here pretty soon, if not right now. Yeah.
Pitch it. Oh, it shocks it. Shocks it. Okay.
All right, and our Moneyball player
like
going for a smother and
Wasteland.
absolutely respecting that with a sacrifice and throwing the pile driver at the Hypnotic Spectre to kind of stymie that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I absolutely agree with your assessment that we need to start swinging in with this Nantuko shade. Because it absolutely will Abyss every turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fort. Pass.
And it looks like both of the factories are now going to start getting answered with that port and that last wasteland. I also believe last turn a spawning pool was played. I think that's that last land in there. So
Yeah, I didn't know the
That's all.
battlefield tapped. I do believe that is a spawning pool there.
Yeah, so that'd be good to remember as well. That can block all three of those guys with the regenerate, so it's really just an infinite blocker more or less for
Yes.
Yes.
this stage in the game.
Amusingly enough, you can also, if I believe I'm understanding this correctly, because Wasteland says destroy, you could animate and then save it at the low cost of what, 4 mana?
Yes, but I mean,
Yes.
4 mana to more or less stone rain your opponent. That's not a bad exchange there,
Exactly.
especially when it did not cost you any cards. It cost your opponent 1
Turn
card
on,
in that
tap it.
exchange.
No, you're not.
All right, looks like Moneyball tried to send in with a Mishra's Factory, which got answered with
Yep.
that Rishon import right away.
Mhm.
And our
And
second
there's that
engineered play.
second engineer play we talked about.
Well, the
There's going to be a
advantage
lot of
bar
shocks thrown
plummeted.
around. There's going to be a lot of shocks thrown around, but this is not looking good for the Goblins player.
No.
Kill the shade.
How much damage is it doing? 2?
2 damage.
I'm gonna pump it twice. Response.
Yep.
In
And here's the
response,
pumps.
Tap a land. Tap another land. Tap another land.
Looks like he's going to try his best to
Deal 2 extra damage.
tap it down and use it that way, but I don't think this is going to work.
2 more times.
Yeah.
You got it.
So it's been pumped 4 times.
Yep.
Yep, I believe it's
4 pumps.
we're good. That's a 6/5.
6/5 Dark Ritual
Pump it
to
3.
make it
Yep.
7.
Yep.
And here's that secret mode you talked about a little bit ago of making it a giant growth. And here's another one. Oh
Giant
man,
growth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you not tackling this thing earlier?
attack with the big
Oh
boy.
my god.
I don't want you to have a naturalizer and just blow me out like I'm a crackback.
Yeah. No, my hand.
And
was
the
so
player's
weird.
discussing why
I found them
why he
twice
wasn't
in the
attacking
bottom
earlier,
left
which
with,
he was playing a little defensively, which
and one of them just got me.
I can understand that fear.
Once.
Yeah.
So,
Alright.
For sure.
Yeah. No,
but
that was
there we go.
awful. Oh my god.
That's going to be it for round 4, and that's going to be it for us right now. But we'll be back later with more pre-modern content from
It's like,
Through the
where's
Decades in
naturalized?
Louisville,
Across the
Kentucky.
deck, you'll get neither of them.